we got all sorts of good juice left. All right, we're gonna bring up somebody y'all might know. Where's Mr. Joe Schenkel at? Come on up. Is he here? Yeah. You here, Joe? All right, that's okay. We move on. Here's what we're gonna do next. We're gonna bring Jeff Heinen out here. Come on up.
Thank people for standing out here and getting wet. First thing I want to tell you is when I was 25, I was more worried about where the next party was. My hat's off to that young fella. He's learning stuff I never knew when I was his age, right? So, I want to wrap some things up here. We're here for a lot of different reasons. I'm going to grab this mic. All right. So we're here for a lot of reasons. You know, I looked at the website of the people that created this organization, the Citizens for Constitutional Freedom. Jake Metamorpheus, sorry if I slandered his name, but I did. In his video, he's talking about not having centralized leadership. And I think that's key here because you know what? This government doesn't, these organizations, we're all them. This needs to be an individual, a movement of the people. It belongs to us, and so does the responsibility. So I want to tie a few things together. We're not here just because of the death of the Patriot. We're not here just because a wildlife refuge got invaded, or whatever you want to call it. Borrowed, yeah. But we're here because of a gradual and accelerating overreach by our federal government. Now, this group also doesn't advocate takeovers and a whole bunch of other things, but here's what it does advocate. A lot of these guys have talked about getting involved, and I would argue that anyone who's ready to draw their weapon and go to war has not done everything they can do. In Marion County, where I live, and I'm the vice chairman of a county party, I'll just leave it at that, there's over 40 vacant, or not vacant, but seats up for election. And that does not include the 600 plus precinct committee spots, okay, that mostly go unfilled. In Marion County, in my party, there's barely 200 of them. In the other parties, they're even less. So, the biggest thing we need to do is understand why we're here, and we need to understand the Constitution that gives us the knowledge of how to be the government, because you've all mentioned that the government's not listening. These guys went home last week, some of them with Band-Aids on, because it was a rough session, okay? But they're not listening. In order for them to listen, you need to be them. So if you have not yet run for city council, county commissioner, school board like my wife sitting there in the rain, I love her, then you're not ready to pull a weapon out yet, okay? You need to take the government over by being the government, okay? So, we talked about being a precinct committee person. A lot of people are going like a PCP. What's that? That's a drug I heard of once. Let me tell you really quickly what it is. You remember when you used to actually go someplace to vote to your precinct polling location? That's your neighborhood. And in every neighborhood, there are so many precinct committee people based on the population of that precinct. These people are the lowest elected office in the land and the most important. Because it doesn't matter what party you're a part of, they are the ones that decide what the party stands for in your community. So, you have until Tuesday, 5 p.m. to sign up to become a precinct committee person. And at this point, don't mail it. You need to go down to your county commissioner's office, your county clerk, and sign up on an SEL 105 form, which I have about 20 or 30 of, and get on the ballot in your neighborhood and have your neighbors vote for you so you can go and represent them at your county party. Now, I happen to be part of a party that starts with an R, but believe it or not, there's a lot of Democrats that don't like the government either. What doesn't work, I can't figure out is why are there less precinct committee people in that party than there are in mine? If they don't like it becoming the Socialist Party, they ought to get in there and fix it. So anyway, just to wrap up, PCP overview, I did that. The reason it's important is because a precinct committee person votes at the county level as to who their leadership is for that county party. And they go to the state level. And at the state level, they determine what the party's platform is, what they stand for, what they believe in, and what they're willing to fight for. It all starts in your neighborhood, and it's the most important thing. So I would say get involved or quit complaining, because all politics is local. And now all these petitions and online this and online that, you know what, a lot of that's nice, but you really want to know what makes a representative uncomfortable? When you're looking at him eyeball to eyeball and saying, I don't like what you're doing. Go see them in person. Spend 3 minutes telling them what you think, or better yet, go to their office and make an appointment. Or don't make an appointment and just show up. That makes them really uncomfortable. Okay, so, folks, SEL 105s by Tuesday, 5 p.m. Get involved. Otherwise, you got nothing to complain about because you own what you get. Thank you for bringing